Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. I'm going to share with you perspective from a few analysts regarding what they think is likely to happen with XRP. And I'll tell you right now at the outset of this video that there's one analyst in particular who says, guys, the setup for what is happening with XRP right now looks a lot like 2017, when XRP melted faces, surging to the upside to the tune of tens of thousands of percent inside of a calendar year. It's pretty freaking wild. And he says, well, why can't we have that happen again effectively? In terms of chart-wise, have that formation play out. And I don't see why it couldn't happen either. In fact, this looks exactly like the moment in time that you've seen XRP pop. If you just look back literally over the last decade, it's been moments in time like these where it finally happened. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. And so here's a headline from the Crypto Basic. XRP targets $2.37 amid potential breakout of multi-year symmetrical triangle. Yeah, and so I'll just say this. When we do get our first surge, and mind you, for the last couple market cycles, there have been two primary surges. There was one in April of 2017, and then again December of 2017. And then for the next cycle, it started November 2020, and then also there was one in April of 2021. So, you know, if you're talking about targeting anywhere near $2.37, you know, if that's the first surge, that doesn't sound crazy, you know. And by the way, again, just to be clear, I'm saying surge, I'm talking about the biggest ones, the ones where if you look at them on a chart, you can see them. There can be other instances, you know, throughout, you know, the rest of the cycle where there, subjectively, you might say, well, that was a pretty big one. I'm not saying that can't happen either. I'm just saying, let years pass, look back on this moment, and I won't be surprised if you just see two major moves for XRP. That won't surprise me in the least. That would just be history kind of rhyming with itself, basically. But anyway, this piece reads as follows. XRP is pushing to break out from a multi-year symmetrical triangle, a move which could trigger a major bull run for the coin. XRP's price action remains one of the most watched per top market analyst world of charts. Asset is still attempting to breach the 62-cent resistance region of the multi-year symmetrical triangle. This week, XRP managed to break free from the triangle when it touched 67 cents, but could not sustain the momentum based on the influence of the broader market's volatility. Yeah, and so you may recall what happened with Bitcoin when it first peaked above its all-time high a few days ago. Oh my God, holy liquidations! Everybody gets flushed out. Whole market goes down, including XRP. So is what it is. That's really not a big deal. I mean, for the people that got liquidated, probably kind of a big deal. But for the rest of us who aren't playing with fire, we're just like, right? We shouldn't have emotional response there anyway. And so here's the chart that they were referencing from Analyst World of Charts. And this is just an XRP price chart here. And I wanted to highlight this because it's just another example. This is the strikingly similar analysis I keep seeing from analyst after analyst after analyst. And you don't normally see that. Having been in the XRP community and been in crypto for over 6 years now, you don't normally see this many analysts agreeing, roughly speaking, on what's about to happen. That is super rare. So anyway, he says here, XRP still trying to clear multi-year symmetrical triangle, expecting successful breakout soon. After successful breakout, expecting massive bullish wave in coming months. So, you know, I don't know how long we're going to have to wait to see the first burst to the upside, but I don't think it's going to be that much longer because you can see why I have the level of confidence I have, right? I don't normally talk like this. I mean, you know that if you've been following me. But this is the environment where this stuff happens. This actually is it. And everything is so perfectly tuned for XRP to just rip to the upside and melt faces. Then we have this from chart analyst JT. And this one's fascinating to me because he's basically saying, this looks like 2017. So here's what he wrote. XRP monthly. XRP always moves last. I got to pause right there real quick. You know, I was actually thinking about this recently And I've even said stuff like that, like XRP always moves last, but it's more like historically there's precedent to believe that it's probable it's going to move last because a lot of times it has in the past. But what actually happened last market cycle? Did it move last? Not like it did in 2017. So obviously we already know it had its first move in November of 2020, but the second move again that was April of 2021, and had it been the case that Bitcoin's high, which I think at that point hit before cratering back down, I think that was May. I can't remember, like a week and a half in to May of 2021. Had that actually been the final high for the cycle of Bitcoin, I would have been like, yeah, it was kind of blasting off pretty close to the end. But what actually happened? Well, Bitcoin cratered to the downside. I can't remember how low it got. It didn't get into the 30,000s. I'd have to look at a chart again. Just devastatingly low compared to where it was, right? Because it peaked out, I think, somewhere around 65,000 in May of 2021. But then it popped off in November of 2021 for a final high closer to $69,000 anyway. XRP did not rally. It didn't have a third rally closer to that. So it actually moved sooner. Now, granted, last cycle it didn't hit a new all-time high, but it was also under attack by the SEC. Like XRP holders under assault by the SEC. So that part isn't surprising. If not for that, when XRP ran in April 2021, that probably would have been the moment where it would have hit a new all-time high. But we didn't get that. But either way, so set that aside, the fact that we didn't get the new all-time high, because that was just artificial interference. Look at when it ran, though. So, all that to say, I'm just kind of saying, it's possible that we could see XRP move dramatically higher and even to a new all-time high sooner than later. It's not the thing that I'd suppose is most probable, but I'm just, all that to say, I suppose it's possible. And if anybody surmises that's more likely, I can't really argue with you. I mean, I wouldn't say that it's more likely than maybe having a final blast off towards the end of the market cycle, because there's more history indicating that's probable, but it's not impossible. Like we could see our life-changing wealth even sooner than what history would have you suspect might be most likely. Anyway, the JT continues and he says, XRP has the exact same structure as its prior accumulation phase. If XRP can pull a 40,000% move on its last cycle pump, why can't it do a 1/10 of that this cycle? And so I think that's a good point. And he shared this chart here. You're not asking for much. And plus, since you already know that, or you should know if you know, each cycle has, broadly speaking, diminishing returns, because once there's more money in a cryptocurrency, it's harder to get a multiplier effect of 2x, 3x, 4x, so on and so forth. So you wouldn't necessarily expect, tens of thousands of percentage increase in XRP, but is it crazy to think what he stated? Like, this is, like, as far as I'm concerned, this is very grounded in reality right here. If you're talking about 1,400%, 4,000%, something like that, that's completely plausible. And I'm not making a price prediction because I do not know what the price will be. I don't know what's going to happen. But that sounds absolutely safely within the realm of possibilities, right? And so again, with the setup looking like it did in 2017, even if though we know that the returns won't be the same as that cycle because there's more money in XRP, a lot more in it now than there was back in the beginning of 2017. So what? My God. In the scheme of things, not that much money in it, because like XRP being a large cap coin with about a $35 billion market cap, in the future, that level of market cap might be considered a mid cap or a small cap once the asset class gets way, way, way bigger. So we can still get incredible life-changing wealth even from a large cap like XRP if it takes off. And then there's also this from A&B Crypto: is an altcoin rally in the works? What ETH, XRP, and Solana can tell you. And I don't want to read the whole thing, especially not the parts where they're talking about ETH and Solana. But they go on to articulate why things look good for all three coins. And here's the part that they were talking about for XRP. They're acknowledging that, frankly, things are looking more on the bullish side for everything. And they note here, the bullish trend is certainly intact for XRP. They say, the tokens RSI and CMF also went up. On top of that, the token's MACD displayed a bullish advantage in the market. Not only that, but bullish sentiment around the token also went up in the recent past, which was evident from the hike in its weighted sentiment. But its social dominance fell last week. Considering all these metrics and indicators, whether ETH, Solana, and XRP manage to start an altcoin rally will be interesting to watch. And so again, I'm just highlighting, I can't find analysts unless they're known XRP haters. I can't find analysts that don't think XRP is going to do something. I mean, you can find like either, so the ones that say that it won't, they're either XRP haters or they're fly-by-night individuals or brand new to the space or stuff like that. I can't find any, established, reputable analysts out there is like, yeah, XRP is just not going to do anything. I can't find it. If you'd think there would be someone out there with that position, and maybe I just haven't found it. That's plausible. But even if you show me that perspective from that individual, I'd still say, okay, you found the outlier. Cool. What's that mean? that's if each analyst is a data point, that's one data point. Like, that's not what people think is most likely to occur here. And as far as the social dominance falling for XRP over the last week, over a short-term time period like that, I honestly don't think it matters, especially when other stuff is popping off. You wait until XRP starts running, that social dominance score, through the roof. That's always what happens. It seems obvious, but like I thought I should mention that just in case anybody was wondering what the social dominance is. Yeah, but that's because it's not popping yet. Wait until it goes. That's one where, you don't really typically see it high unless something's actually happening in the moment. So all that to say, this thing is freaking teed up. Don't know exactly how long it's going to take, but we're about there. It is so close, and it's been such a long journey to get here. It's so satisfying, just having the conviction that it's actually going to happen. And I really do. Like, to me, I barely consider that it won't. That just wouldn't make sense unless we don't have an alt season. Like if the alt season, if you want to call it that, whatever is happening right now, if it just ends out of nowhere, okay, I guess. But other than that, no, that doesn't compute to me. So sit tight because it's about to be a lot of fun here. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.